The girl in the alley. The rain had stopped, but the streets of downtown Chicago still glistened under the amber glow of streetlights. Marcus Williams adjusted his tie as he stepped out of his black sedan, the crisp October air carrying the scent of wet pavement and distant food vendors. At 42, Marcus had built his tech company from nothing into a billion-dollar empire. Tonight, like every night for the past month, he was working late again. The towering glass building that housed Williams Technologies stood before him, its windows reflecting the city lights like a mirror against the dark sky. Marcus had always taken pride in arriving first and leaving last. Success, he believed, demanded sacrifice. But lately, something felt different. The endless meetings, the constant pressure, the isolation at the top, it all seemed to weigh heavier on his shoulders. As he walked toward the building's entrance, a soft sound caught his attention. It was coming from the narrow alley between his building and the old brick structure next door. Marcus paused, listening. There it was again, a gentle rustling, like paper being moved carefully. Curiosity overcoming his usual rush to get inside, Marcus turned toward the alley. The dim light from a security lamp revealed a small figure crouched beside a large dumpster. At first, he thought it might be a stray animal. But as his eyes adjusted, he realized it was a person, a young girl, maybe 16 or 17 years old. She was thin, too thin, wearing a faded blue jacket that was several sizes too large. Her dark hair was pulled back in a simple ponytail, and she was carefully sorting through items she had pulled from a garbage bag. Her movements were deliberate and quiet, as if she had done this many times before. Marcus felt his heart skip. He had walked this path hundreds of times, but he had never noticed anyone here. How long had she been coming to this alley? How long had he been too busy to see? He took a step closer, his expensive leather shoes making a soft sound on the wet concrete. The girl looked up, her eyes wide with surprise and fear. She scrambled to her feet, clutching a small paper bag to her chest. "I'm sorry," she said quickly, her voice barely above a whisper. "I wasn't making a mess. I always clean up after myself." Marcus raised his hands gently, trying to appear less intimidating. "It's okay," he said softly. "You're not in trouble. I was wondering if you're all right." The girl studied his face for a moment, as if trying to decide whether she could trust him. Her eyes held a mixture of wariness and exhaustion that seemed far too old for someone her age. "I just need food, sir," she said finally, her voice barely audible. "Sometimes the restaurants throw away things that are still good. I'm very careful not to take anything that's really spoiled." Marcus felt something twist in his chest. Here he was, worried about quarterly reports and board meetings, while this young person was searching through garbage just to eat. The contrast hit him like a physical blow. "What's your name?" he asked gently. "Emma," she replied, still clutching the paper bag. "Emma Rodriguez. I'm Marcus. This is my building." He gestured toward the glass tower behind him. "Emma, when was the last time you had a proper meal?" Emma's cheeks flushed with embarrassment. "I eat," she said defensively. "I'm not starving or anything. Sometimes it's hard to find enough." Marcus nodded slowly. He could see the pride in her posture, the way she held herself with dignity despite her circumstances. This wasn't someone looking for a handout, this was someone doing whatever it took to survive. "Are you alone?" he asked. Emma hesitated before answering. "My mom got sick last year. The medical bills, we lost our apartment. She's in a care facility now, and I'm trying to save money to visit her." Her voice cracked slightly. "I have a job at a coffee shop, but it doesn't pay much. Most of it goes to helping with her care." Marcus felt his throat tighten. This girl, barely out of childhood, was carrying burdens that would crush many adults. And she was doing it with a grace and determination that humbled him completely. "Emma," he said carefully, "would you let me help you?" Her eyes flashed with something between hope and suspicion. "I don't take charity," she said firmly. "I work for what I get." Marcus smiled, recognizing something of himself in her fierce independence. "I'm not offering charity," he said. "I'm offering a job." Emma blinked in surprise. "A job? My company has a night cleaning crew," Marcus explained, the plan forming in his mind as he spoke. "We could use someone reliable, someone who pays attention to detail. The pay is good, and there are benefits, including health insurance." Emma's eyes widened. Health insurance, full medical coverage, and the job comes with meal vouchers for our company cafeteria. Marcus pulled out his business card. If you're interested, come by tomorrow at 6 p.m. Ask for Janet in Human Resources. Tell her I sent you. Emma stared at the card as if it were made of gold. Why? She whispered. Why would you help me? Marcus was quiet for a moment, thinking about his answer. Because sometimes we get so focused on looking up that we forget to look around, he said finally. I've been walking past this alley for years, but I never really saw it until tonight. Emma's eyes filled with tears, but she quickly wiped them away. I'll be there, she said. I promise I'll work hard. I know you will, Marcus replied. Emma, one more thing. There's a small apartment above the coffee shop on 5th Street. The owner is a friend of mine. If you're interested, I think we could work something out. Reasonable rent, nothing fancy, but clean and safe. Emma's composure finally broke, and tears streamed down her cheeks. Thank you, she whispered. I don't know how to thank you. Marcus felt his own eyes moisten. Just take care of yourself, he said. And maybe someday you can help someone else who needs it. As Marcus walked toward his building, he realized something had shifted inside him. For months, he had felt empty despite all his success. But in this brief encounter, in Emma's courage and dignity, he had rediscovered something important, the simple power of human connection and kindness. The next evening, Marcus made sure to be in the office when Emma arrived. Through his window, he watched as she walked confidently through the front doors, her head held high, ready to begin a new chapter of her life. Sometimes, Marcus thought, the most incredible things happen when we simply choose to see the world around us with open hearts.